Discover the power of integrating Google Ads into your Amazon product marketing strategy. In this video, you will see how you can use Amazon's brand-tailored promotions with Google Ads in order to run remarketing campaigns, which are perfect if you want to reach to the customers which were interested in your product but haven't purchased it. If you would like to leverage Google Ads in your Amazon business, talk to Amped and their team and check their tool. You will find the link below in the description.
Hello, Tyler. I'm really excited to have you here today with me on Orange Click YouTube channel to talk about how Amazon sellers could include Google Ads into their marketing funnel. And also we will touch on one feature Amazon brand owners have, which is brand tailored promotions. So we will talk about that as well. But as always, before we go into the details, could you first introduce yourself and also let us know how Amped works together with Amazon sellers, or what kind of solution do you offer for sellers?
Sure thing. And thanks so much for having me. To start, quick background on myself. My name's Tyler. I'm the VP of Strategic Initiatives at Amped. Amped's a software company that enables Amazon brands to advertise their products on Google search ads and then send that traffic, send that customers to their PDP or Amazon storefronts and actually see the attribution on it. It's a super important component of a full funnel strategy to be able to expand beyond just investing in Amazon ads and engage with your customers throughout their buying journey. We know, people start their search on Google. They end up purchasing oftentimes on Amazon, but they do all of their research and browsing and research on Google Ads. So to be able to engage them in the middle, kind of top of the funnel, but then to be able to see how they work through your sales funnel to hopefully end up converting is a super important component to it. So that's what our software does a really, really good job of.
And we all know now we're we're recording this near to the end of the year 2023. From Amazon side, we have seen a lot of updates, and I think there's still more updates to be enrolled for sellers. If you would recap, how's kind of the situation been with the Google Ads or Amazon sellers running external traffic to Amazon in the past year, and what kind of trends have you seen kind of developing?
Sure. So more and more Amazon brands are expanding beyond the walls of Amazon to try to engage with their customers, right? And Amazon sees this as an opportunity as well. Obviously, Amazon ads, the CPCs have been rising and rising and rising. And a lot of that's due to more brands selling similar products and driving those up, but the audience kind of staying constrained, right? The number of consumers on Amazon they're growing, but not as rapidly as they have in years past, which drove CPCs down given the volume. So Amazon knows that they need to expand their audience base. They need to expand the buyers on Amazon to help drive the CPCs down. More buyers is going to drive the CPCs down. So they're encouraging brands to go beyond the walls, bring in more customers who may not already be Amazon shoppers into Amazon to grow that funnel. So ways they're encouraging Amazon brands to do it is we've heard about these rank rewards over time, and there's some incentive there in the A9, A10 ranking algorithm that Amazon's able to give kind of out. But the biggest things are even more clear, right? The brand referral bonus program, which is a 10% kickback for external traffic that comes in and buys your product. Amazon gives you 10% back on revenue, 10% back on your seller fees. So that's a monetary, very clear, hard value that Amazon's giving to incent these sellers on Amazon to go out and bring in more customers into the Amazon marketplace.
Okay, sounds good. And I already mentioned in the beginning that today we're going to discuss running external traffic in combination of two things, Google Ads and brand tailored promotion, which is kind of not that new feature anymore, but still kind of new for a lot of sellers. And I think a lot of sellers have not been using it. So I think you have very interesting concept or main idea to share with us today, how actually Amazon sellers could benefit when they drive external traffic through Google Ads, and then what they can do with the tool inside of Seller Central. So the floor is yours. Eager to hear what your thoughts are.
Sure. And I'll start with a quick summary of brand tailored promotions here. So just pulling up a quick view, if you can hopefully see my screen here, pulling a quick view of Amazon's summary of their brand tailored promotions. What it is it's a way to engage audiences that are familiar or new to your brand and your product and help bring them down the sales funnel. So these audiences that you're allowed to put together these tailored promotions for include people that follow your brand on Amazon, repeat customers, so customers who've ordered from your brand at least once in the last 12 months. So basically, they know about you, they bought from you, give them a coupon or a promotion to buy from you again. Recent customers, so kind of similar to repeat customers. High spend customers, I mean, that's an incredible audience to, if they know and love your products, get them to buy more. It's super low hanging fruit, right? High potential new customers. This is one, it's top the funnel, people that clicked on your brand, clicked on your products, or added to cart, but have not purchased in over a 12-month span. So that's a pretty big audience size, right? That's people that have come in, engaged, but dropped out of your funnel. Now you can bring them back into your funnel. And then my personal favorite is cart abandoners. So customers who have added one of your products to their cart, but have not purchased. So it's just sitting in that cart. They've told you they like your product, but they got distracted. They didn't like the price. They moved on, right? Now you have this opportunity to re-engage that interested prospect and give them a discount to try to get them over the top. So these 6 audiences, Amazon is now empowering brands to engage with through coupons. So you can basically do coupons. The minimum's 10%. And I think you can go up as probably as high as you want. But we've had a lot of brands having a lot of success on 10, 15% discounts. And it's able to target to these individual audiences and really try to re-engage them. Now, this stuff here is super, super exciting, not only from a lot of it's low-hanging fruit perspective, but when you take a step back and actually think about what this means, think about the strategy here that Amazon's giving you mechanisms and features to enable is super, super important. My background, I come from the D2C world, kind of came into the Amazon space 2 or 3 years ago, but all of this stuff is traditional D2C marketing. Abandoned cart people, I'm sure as consumers, you guys have all experienced this before. You go to a website, call it Nike or Adidas, right? And you add something to your cart, you add your shoes to the cart, and you're like, do I really want to spend $300 or whatever shoes cost these days? Or do I not? You add it to cart, and then you're like, oh, let me think about it, right? Trying to avoid that buyer's remorse, right? And then you leave. It's like clockwork on those big websites, right? You are going to get an email from them very quickly that says, hey, you left something in your cart. Here's 15% off. Go complete the transaction, right? And what do we do as consumers? Oh, okay, sure, 15% off. Well, let's go ahead and actually convert and buy that product. I actually do need those shoes, right? So cart abandonment's been around for years in the D2C standpoint, and it's super, super exciting to see it come into the Amazon space. Brand followers, again, customer loyalty, repeat customers, that's all about lifetime value, right? If you sell a product that is subscribe and save, or a product where consumers need to be buying once a couple months or even once every year or two, right? To be able to get them to buy again and remind them that your product is still around through brand tailored promotions is an incredible strategy. Acquiring a customer is always more expensive than getting a current customer to purchase more, right? And historically, Amazon's never given you very many options to re-engage and nurture and expand your customers. And this is the first time that I've really seen a very specific and white hat way to really engage your customers long-term. So we're super excited about this. Now, how this relates to Google Ads is even more important, I would say. On Amazon ads, right, you're bottom of the funnel. A lot of the times, like, they're adding it to cart and they're immediately buying it, right? Whereas Google Ads, they're in the research phase. A typical buying journey when someone's searching on Google is, since they're higher up the funnel, they haven't made their decision, they start typing things on Google, right? And they're kind of trying to learn about what they need to meet their demand or meet their problem or challenge. And what we see all the time with Google is they'll come into Amazon and we have really strong and healthy add to cart rates, but then the conversion rates can drop off quite a bit as consumers get distracted or they just continue on their research, right? But if someone's coming in and adding it to cart and the abandoned cart rate's really high, that's not necessarily an indicator that they don't want your product. It's actually the opposite. It's an indicator that they do want your product, but they just kind of got distracted, or they moved on, or they are just continuing through their research process. So to be able to now engage those folks and have a lever, a mechanism to reach out to them with brand tailored promotions is critical for a full funnel strategy. We see it all the time with our larger brands, right? They're doing everything they can on Amazon ads, which you should be. And then now, if you want to keep growing, you need to go find different channels, different places that your customers live, bring them into your sales funnel. But the metrics of success are going to be totally different, right? It's going to be a little bit less ACoS or conversion rate focused because you're at the middle of the funnel. And we have brands all the time that are looking at what's their add to cart rate, what's their cost per add to cart, right? Like, how much are you willing to pay to get someone into your add to cart, and then be able to engage them with these mechanisms to pull them further down that funnel. Really exciting to see it come to the Amazon world. And again, not to repeat myself here, but this is stuff that is tried and proven on D2C. Now, when you have these same features, the same mechanism for full funnel D2C strategies coming into the Amazon marketplace, which Amazon has much better conversion rates to start with, all of a sudden there's this huge opportunity to create more brand awareness, to create a true brand that just happens to be selling and converting their customers on Amazon. So we could not be more excited about brand tailored promotions. That there are some kinks to work out. To be clear, this is a new feature with Amazon. I think it came out in August of 2023. So we're still kind of in the first few months of this. The biggest kind of wrinkle that I've seen so far is the awareness of these brand tailored promotions. If these were done from a D2C perspective, it would be through emails and text messages to the consumer saying, here's your coupon, go redeem it, and creating the awareness. On the Amazon side, Amazon has a lot of strict rules with how consumers on Amazon, how many emails they get from Amazon a week. I think there's like a limit of like 1 or 2 emails from Amazon per week. So what happens in these situations is, as a consumer, I might have 15 products sitting in my cart, and all those brands could have brand tailored promotions running, and I might not get notified about all 15 of the potential coupons that I have. So I think Amazon's still working through some opportunities to create more awareness when consumers have brand tailored promotions on. From what I do know is, if you apply a brand tailored promotion to your brands and your products, and I'm, as a consumer, qualify for one of the 6 here, and I go to the PDP page, there will be a little coupon there that says, here's a 10% discount or whatever it's called. So it's clear on the PDP page, but I think Amazon's still working on ways to create awareness off of the PDP page, whether it's through email or app notification or whatever creative way that Amazon's going to do it. I'm sure that they will expand on this and create more awareness, because it's low hanging fruit. Like, cart abandoned emails convert at a very high rate. So Amazon's definitely incentivized to get more of these kind of convert and to work more. So I think some wrinkles and some improvements coming from the Amazon side in 2024 here, but already definitely encouraging. If you haven't done these are really good things to set up. They take just a few minutes. I've walked through it with several brands, and before you know it, it's launched and it's active and out in the wild. So definitely encourage you guys, especially in the holiday season here, as you're trying to get that volume going through. You'll be shocked, especially at cart abandoners. It's over the course of the last 3 months here. So you'll jump in there and you'll probably have an audience size of hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, obviously, depending on the scale that you're at. But they're sitting there. The audience is sitting there waiting for you to start targeting. And there's a lot of low-hanging fruit there.
Okay, sounds really good. Thank you so much, Tyler, for giving us an overview of what this kind of new brand tailored promotions feature is for Amazon sellers, and also how they could kind of combine two things, Google Ads and this new feature. So yeah, thanks again. So Tyler, among our audience here on YouTube, we have a lot of US-based people who obviously use Amazon probably on a daily or a weekly basis, but we also have a lot of Europeans, and Europeans also from countries where we don't have Amazon. For example, myself, I'm based in Estonia. So we were talking about how maybe one category out of that segment is very important, the people who are abandoning their cart. Obviously, you're yourself an Amazon customer. So I wanted to ask personally from you, when do you actually, add something to the cart and you just abandon it? And what do you think, would some kind of promotion activate you as a buyer to actually then move forward with the purchase itself?
Yeah, there's a few things, right, that will cause someone to abandon cart. The first one is just not quite ready to buy, right? You think you need it, you put it in your cart so you don't forget about it because you've done the research and you're like, okay, if I'm going to buy, it's this product. So you kind of set it aside and you put it in your cart and then you think about it, right? I do it all the time. If you looked at my Amazon account, there's probably like 30 or 40 products sitting in there and I'm trying to decide, do I really need that? Most of the time I probably end up buying it, right? And so that's the biggest one, is just consumers kind of going through their buying cycle. On Amazon ads, it's much more transactional, we know, because people, like, I think the conversion rates on Amazon are crazy high because people go there, they go to their app, they go to Amazon.com and they're like, I need a vitamin D and I'm going to go buy a vitamin D, or I need a pan for my kitchen. I got to get this quickly. Like, they're relying on the 2-day shipping. So a lot of times you see, 100 added carts and 95 of those have converted because it's just bottom of the funnel. With Google Ads or Facebook or any other external channel where you're trying to engage customers as they're considering other options or considering whether they truly need stuff, now that's when you see this bigger delta between number of added carts and number of conversions. And so as you expand up the funnel, you're going to see that gap widen from added carts to conversions. So that's a big one. There's other aspects too that can kind of go into it. Maybe it's just like a price of a product. If you're selling $100, $200 product, which isn't, you don't see that too often on Amazon, but there's plenty of products out there that are of that size. That's pretty standard. To consumers are going to think about that a lot faster than a $5 light bulb, right? So again, it's important to think about, what product are you selling? Are you selling like a light bulb? If you're selling a light bulb, it's bottom of the funnel stuff, right? Their light bulb went out in their bathroom, they got to fix that, etc. Right? If you're selling something a little bit higher, vitamins, people do a lot of research before they buy vitamins. It's going into their body. They want to trust what it is. They want to trust the manufacturer and the brand behind it before they consume it. So there's much bigger buying cycles for those things. Or whether it's just like gifts too, that we see all the time. Gift related products, especially for kids, you can see it, right? You can see it in the data. People add it to cart and then they purchase it 3 weeks later when that birthday is actually coming up, right? You're not going to buy a product for a kid's birthday a month before their birthday and have it just sitting there. You're going to add it to cart. Here you go. I'm going to come back and buy that. And a week before the birthday, you buy it, right? So there's a lot of different things, just kind of putting your consumer hat on to your question there. A lot of different reasons why consumers add to cart but don't convert immediately. But it's very, very common. And if you think about how you purchase and you shop, you probably realize that you do a bit of this as well. And then put that at scale of the entire US market, the entire Europe market, et cetera. There's a lot of volume out there.
Okay, very cool insights. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Because as I mentioned, I think although of course in Europe we do shop online, maybe a lot of us who are not regular Amazon customers don't realize some of the aspects maybe you also shared right now with us, even the last example you brought with the gifts. So it's just good to better understand, I think, the value of this new feature, and also if you're able to get your product in front of more eyes, then what could be the possible outcome of it. So yeah, sounds good. Very excited to look forward to see many case studies from sellers or you yourself, how sellers are able to kind of benefit from the tool. So exciting times ahead for sure. So before we wrap up for the day, so as of now, what's kind of the main solution or service Amped is offering for Amazon sellers, and to which marketplace sellers you are mainly focused at, so that if anyone from our viewers is interested to check you out and explore what you offer, then they would be informed as well.
Sure. Yeah. So Amp's whole focus is building technology to enable Amazon brands to advertise on Google search ads and send it to Amazon with full attribution, to understand add to carts, to understand add to cart rate, to understand that quality of traffic coming into the funnel, and empower them to expand beyond the walls of Amazon. So that's our product. There's two different sides to it. There's a self-serve side, to where if you feel comfortable running the ads yourself, you can use our platform, which does all the attribution tagging. It creates the campaigns, and it gives you the tools to optimize the campaigns. If you're on the other side and you're like, hey, I don't know advertising, I don't know Google ads, can you just do it for us? We have that as well. We call it Amped Management, and you engage with us. You get an account manager that will actually run the campaigns. It's a little agency light, so to speak. We're not a full service agency. Even if you go our management package, it's a little bit less of what you would get from a full agency. And the reason is because we have a ton of great agency partners. So if you're a brand and you're like, hey, I'm growth, I want hands-on, I really need someone to strategize and manage this for me, we can definitely introduce you to our agency partners, because they are set up from a management perspective. We are a technology platform first and foremost, and we throw on our management to help brands who are just like, I just don't want to learn this myself. So really there's three routes to summarize it. Self-serve brands using it, use Amped on a self-serve, but give the keys to your agency to manage it. Great option. Make sure the agency is Amped certified. We have a whole program to train our agency partners. And then third option is maybe your agency won't do Google ads for you. Perfect. We're happy to help. Just sign up for our Amped management plan. And then markets that we operate in, the platform works worldwide. There are some limitations into what markets it will work for. First off, if you want to go Amped management, our Amped management is available for English speaking markets. The reason being, our entire company is based here in the United States, most out of our Seattle office, right next to Amazon's headquarters here in downtown. The other limitation is where Amazon attribution is available. We piggyback off of Amazon attribution. Amazon attribution is a program that allows us to connect the dots between Google and Amazon. If you use Amazon attribution yourself, you get a limited data set. When you use it with Amp, because of our partnership with Amazon, we're able to give keyword level data and go much deeper into optimizations. But that said, we still are reliant on Amazon attribution, which is available in most markets by now. US, Canada, Mexico, I think all of European markets as well. I know Germany, we have a ton of brands in Germany, a ton of brands in the UK, and so most of Europe. But if you don't know if your market's available for Amazon attribution, if you just Google Amazon attribution markets available, Amazon has a nice little graphic that shows which markets are available and which ones aren't. But pretty much it's made it to most markets by now.
Okay, thank you very much for the overview, and all the links are also in the video description. And I have to say, I also spotted some familiar faces or agency names from the website who have partnered up with you. So you might see, if you're a regular watcher of our videos, then you might find already familiar names from there as well. So yeah, well, thanks again, Tyler, for joining me today. It was very interesting to talk with you, and I hope to see you soon again.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me on.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to try Amped for yourself, you will find the link below in the description, so you can try running Google ads to your Amazon product listing, and by this you will increase your traffic and hopefully the sales. And if you enjoy the content we create, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to our channel. And if you have additional questions for the content you have just heard and saw, use the comment section below. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video where we are talking about one of the most recent features by Amazon, which is called Customer Insights Loyalty, Customer Loyalty Analytics Dashboard. Check this out.